Have you ever heard of a Sasquatch? He's a hairy beast, and he runs them guts, them guts. Have you ever heard of a Sasquatch? Yeah, he's roaming around the mountain area. Oh yeah, he wants to rip the flesh off of your bones, yeah. So put down your self-esteem and take a photo.
Hello YouTube, Mountainous here, and here I am in the Mount Hood Forest, and today I have a special book review video for you. And today I'll be talking about a book called Tracking Bigfoot by Donald Wallace and his daughter Lori Simmons. Lori, who's the author of this book, was kind enough to send me a copy of this book to do a review on my YouTube channel. Now this copy, she actually signed it. I'll show you a close-up of the signature. Now here's a close-up of the signature from the author of this book. Lori also took the photo on the cover of the book as well. Now Lori's father passed away in 2010. She took all the years of his Bigfoot research and all his personal notes, and she made this book. She then picked up researching herself where her father's research and fieldwork left off, and that's how we got the book Tracking Bigfoot. Before I start talking about what this book is about, I want to let you know that below the video, in the description, there will be a link to Lori's YouTube, her blog, and where you can purchase this book. I'll have a link to where you can buy Tracking Bigfoot. She also sent me another Bigfoot book that I'll be reviewing this fall, so stay tuned for that also. Now this book is approximately 150 pages of years of Bigfoot research information from Lori and her father. This book also has many illustrations and photos from Lori and her father's years of researching Bigfoot. I'll go ahead and show you some of them now. Now here's some of them illustrations I was telling you about. Some different locations from doing Bigfoot research. There's Donald Wallace, Lori's father. Here's a special place that they called Bigfoot Creek. You can read more about that in the book. And there's a Bigfoot call in progress right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the book and read you a few paragraphs from this book. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about Donald Wallace, Lori's father. Now he used to write outdoor articles years ago on hunting and fishing. His topics included the unique skill of calling predatory animals. His articles appeared in Western Outdoor and Fur Fish Game. Now, he lived in the northern Cascade Mountains, similar type forest that I live in, and it says in the book here, 28 years ago, it was when Don and several of his family members ran across a Bigfoot track. Now, when they ran across that track, it said the hair on their arms stood up. They knew that it was a Bigfoot, and that's when the desire and the researching of Bigfoot began for Lori's father. Now, I left college in 1992, and since college, I haven't read too many books, let alone complete books. Maybe 10. Now, this book I read in one sitting on a flight to Illinois. It was so action-packed, I felt like I was in the adventure with him. Now, when you read this book, it's basically broken down into notes that Donald actually typed on a hand typewriter, and she took it and made it into this book. He used a primitive old-school typewriter to type his notes from his Bigfoot research. Now, I can't go into too much detail about this book. It's 150 pages of action-packed Bigfoot research. Now, Donald typed this by hand on a personal typewriter, and it's stories of his adventures. Each little section is a day out on the field researching Bigfoot, the locations they were in, the way they felt, if they were scared or not, did they find tracks or not, did they find a Bigfoot shelter? Well, you'll have to read the book to find out. Now this book is Lori and her father bringing us 150 pages and years of Bigfoot research. When you read this book, you'll feel like you're out in the forest with them. You'll feel like the Bigfoot is watching you. Now I'm going to go ahead and read 2 paragraphs from this book so that you can feel like you're in the adventure with me. All right, guys, I'm going to read a paragraph and bring you into the adventure with me. The new mossy limbs reminded me of a Rambo mammal, if you will. Its expertise in camouflage, hiding, and superb stealth in the forest or elsewhere, and possibly, in my opinion, great strength. Seeing some hardwood trees broken off about 12 foot high convinced me, but even more impressive was how the big guy jarred the ground I was standing on and could actually make the ground tremble. Now here's another paragraph I enjoyed. We leave the area by driving down the road, and we visit by the river. The river is so peaceful. I truly know why our dad lived up here away from all the city noise. On our drive, I noticed more signs of Bigfoot in the area. I am amazed at the missing bark on some trees in areas that are many feet up from the ground. This is a sign our dad talked about. I was amazed at the strength and height a creature must have to make marks on the trees that we saw. Never before this summer have I ever seen anything like this. I want to say thank you again to Lori for sending me this book and even giving me a signed copy. Now this is quite the Bigfoot experience, and you know Mountainous loves the adventure. If you want to learn more about Lori and her father's Bigfoot research in the northern Cascade Mountains, you need to purchase this book. There's so much information from Bigfoot research in this book, it's definitely Mountainous approved. Now remember, if you want to purchase this book, go below the video and there will be a link in the description on where you can purchase this book. Thanks again, Lori, and until the next adventure, Mountainous out.
Yeah, it's Bigfoot town. It's Bigfoot town, been putting you down in the ground. Wop, sat, squat, get it. Hey, we drop.